I'm Amy from Body Fit by Amy, and this is your prenatal core workout. So this workout is for anybody who is pregnant, whether in your first, second, or third trimester. I'm currently about 21 weeks along, so about 5 months. But please make sure that you are cleared by your doctor, that your doctor has said it is okay for you to exercise before you begin this or any other workout program. That's so important. Also, a couple other quick things. Make sure that you stay hydrated, that you're drinking water before and during and after your workouts. And above all, listen to your body. If something feels like too much, take a break, hit pause. We're gonna keep it short and easy on our bodies anyway, because that's what we wanna do when we're pregnant. We wanna make sure that we stay strong and healthy, but that we're also not overdoing it, because it's a lot of work to grow a baby, right? So listen to your body and take a break if you need to. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start. I just want you in a standing position, just kind of march it out, roll through those shoulders. We're gonna get a quick little warm up. So that's also really, really important for all of our workouts, no matter what. Big deep breath in, but also specifically when we're pregnant. As you guys probably know, our joints get a little looser as we're preparing for labor, so we wanna be really careful of not overdoing it and getting injured. And let's take those arms out, and we're just gonna roll flat back down. So little flat back, and then round it up. And just go as far as is comfortable for you. This could be a little different if you're in that third trimester, got a little more weight in front. So just keep it small if you need to. We just wanna kind of move through that spine. And let's hold it underneath here. We're gonna press those knees out and just kind of roll the shoulders nice and easy. And breathe. And then let's walk those feet in. We're just gonna do a little cat to cow. So hands on your knees. I'm gonna show you from the sides. We're just gonna round it up, inhale, and then exhale, roll it through. And again, do what is most comfortable for you at this stage in your pregnancy. Again, we just wanna get a little movement through those back and core muscles before we start our workout. And one more, flat, and then round it all the way up. Big reach to the top. And breathe. Okay guys, so we're gonna start with some standing abs. If you have a dumbbell, I want you to go ahead and grab it, bend your knees to get it. We don't wanna reach from that back. And we're just gonna put that dumbbell down by our side. If you don't have a dumbbell, totally fine. You can use a water bottle or just have your hand down by your side. You'll still get the work. We're gonna put one hand up behind the head by the ears. We're just gonna do a little bend. So really small, guys, not very far at all. So when we're working our abs during pregnancy, it's super important that we keep our core strong. Obviously, it's gonna help us with labor, it's gonna help us when we push, it's gonna help us recover faster, but it's really important that we don't do too much, where our abs are gonna be expanding and moving as that baby is growing, so we don't wanna put too much stress on those muscles. You may have heard about diastasis recti, which is where your muscle separates. Certainly if you have that, if you already know you have that in your pregnancy, you wanna take it really easy on your ab work, maybe not do much at all until after. But that's something that could happen if sometimes we do too much. Sometimes it just happens and there's nothing we can do about it. But we wanna be really careful of that. So I want you to encourage you to work your abs, keep that strong core throughout your pregnancy, but not too much. Good guys, so let's just switch it to that other side. Hand up, nice and easy. So we're just getting those external and internal obliques without putting a lot of pressure on the front abs. We're just stretching over and back. And again, you decide how far you wanna go down. It can be really small, feels best for you. If you feel that heart rate getting up too much, maybe you're new to exercise, you can also take that hand down and just do a little stretch with it. Totally fine, guys. Just little bend. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Knees are a little soft, not bent, but not locked out either. And breathe. We're almost there. We're gonna do one more thing after this from a standing position, and then we're gonna do everything else on the mat. Good job, guys. Little bend for those obliques, and then our core is staying strong in the center. And relax. Good, so switch it back to that other side. So all of our dumbbell work standing, guys, even when you're doing, regular strength training work or even cardio, is gonna strengthen that core too. So that's another way to get core strength during pregnancy. Doesn't have to be specifically ab work. So this time, if you can, let's put that hand all the way up so we get a little more of a stretch with it. If that feels like too much, you feel too much pulling, you can go right back to that first position. But if you can, just reach it over and bring it back. There we go. So starting here, little more of a stretch. That dumbbell is going right down by your side. And again, we're just going side to side. We're not twisting through those abs. Keep breathing. 5 seconds to go. We're gonna keep these a little bit shorter. And relax. Switch that dumbbell over. You feel that little stretch, right? And same thing, other side. Reach and back. So hand can stay straight up, or you can bend that elbow a little bit too. Doesn't matter. Just getting that stretch while we're working those obliques. Looking great, guys. And breathe. All the research shows, you've probably heard this, that women who stay active and work out during their pregnancy have easier labors and certainly easier recoveries. Good, relax, guys. So drop that dumbbell down nice and easy. And we're gonna go ahead and move it down to our mat. So careful going down. We always wanna be going down and coming up carefully and slowly, especially when we get to that point where we start to feel a little dizzy sometimes coming up fast. It's been happening to me a lot lately. So guys, if you want, this is totally optional, maybe if you're new to exercise and your core isn't as strong, you can grab a pillow or maybe even a couple pillows to cushion your lower back. We're not gonna do anything flat on our back, but if you need to, this will just give you a little extra support. It's totally up to you. If you have been working out for a while, you may not need that, or maybe you're in that third trimester and things are getting tough and tight in there, you might wanna add it. So just an option, and I'll show you as we go. So we're gonna start here, guys, just seated position, and again, do what's comfortable for you. You might have a little more weight in the front if you're in that third trimester. Totally fine to take those feet wider. Have our hands underneath. We're just gonna round in that back, very small back, and then reach up. So really small movements. So a lot of times in our regular exercise, we're talking about range of motion we really wanna work through. But in pregnancy, we just wanna get things moving. We don't wanna do too much, but we wanna keep things strong. And breathe. And you guys have probably heard, when you're in that second and third trimester, we don't wanna do anything completely flat on our back. There's just a risk that it could decrease some blood flow to the uterus. So we just like to keep things safe and stay up. Certainly if you're in that first trimester, you can still do things on your back. You can still do crunches or Pilates work. One more, and relax. Take those knees out to the side. But once you get into that second and third, you wanna keep things up a little bit. So we're gonna come down on our elbows. This is still keeping us elevated, so we're not on our backs. And again, if you wanted to have that pillow there, you can. And just watch me, we're just here, really small. We're gonna start with this, just bringing the knees in. And again, if you're in that second trimester like me, or first, you have a little more room there. You might be able to bring the knees in farther. If you're in the third, it might just be lifting the heel off the ground. That's totally fine. So we're starting with this, and if this feels okay, guys, then we'll go from the top. So feet stay up, little more having to support through the abs. You can even have your hands on your sides. That's gonna help give you a little extra support. But if that feels like too much, take them back down, keep those heels down, and just lift and lower from here, but really small. And what we're doing with this, guys, too, is also trying to activate those transverse abs, which are the deepest muscles, which are the ones that we really need, especially in our postnatal recovery. So most of our ab work is gonna come after the baby is here, right? Couple more, and relax. Slowly bring yourself up, and knees out to the side. Little stretch. That's the other thing we want to be careful of, guys. When we come up, you want to use those hands, and when you're coming up from being flat in your bed on your side, really make sure you're on your side. Push yourself up with your arms. Don't pull with those abs. Okay, one more from here. Slowly lower down, back down to those elbows again. We're just going to do that little bicycle. So again, you can keep it small where you're tapping those feet on the ground, or if you have a little more strength, bring it up here to here. So imagine that bicycle that you've maybe done in Pilates or in your other classes, sometimes we have the hands behind the head. This, we're just gonna do the lower. You're gonna feel those hip flexors a little bit, that's okay. Again, you can always take it down, or you can always put that pillow there, right? So pillow for a little extra support, here to here. Just keep it going, just a couple more for 4, 3, 2, relax. Let's roll to our sides and push up. Good, guys. That's all we're gonna do with sort of working those front abs, because again, we don't wanna overdo it. Again, if you're in that first trimester, you can do a little bit more. Second and third, we want to be a little more careful. So let's turn on to our side. So coming into a side plank. So you have a few options. Elbow beneath the shoulder. You can either stack or cross your feet and lift those hips all the way up, or you can be on those knees and just lift from here. Whatever feels best for you. If you're more advanced and you've been working out for a while, you can probably do that full plank all the way up. If you're newer to this, or again, maybe in that third trimester, you might want to come on those knees. All right, here we go, guys. So we're just going to come up. We're going to hold, we're going to keep it short. Again, there's no need to overdo it. We're just trying to keep our core strong and healthy. We're just going to go about 10 more seconds. Again, if you need to be on that knee, you can always drop it down. Just keep breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Good, guys. Let's stay on this side, and we're gonna add a little lift and lower to that. So again, you can be all the way up on those feet, or knee down, bring it up and hold first, and then we're just gonna slowly lower it down and lift up. Small range of motion, and breathe. I like to keep this hand here for support. If you're super strong, you wanna take it up, that's totally fine. Just make sure you feel supported, or you can drop that knee too, and we'll go 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good, guys. Bring those knees in. Push yourself up with your hands. Little stretch over, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Swing those legs around. Over here, guys. And you might find that one side is tougher. That's pretty typical with side planks. So you can always be on the knee on one side and on the toes on the other, does not matter. Here we go, we're gonna lift it up and hold first. Hand can be here, hand can be here, whatever is best for you. Knee can be down or both knees. Just working those external obliques, which also is gonna in turn strengthen all through the front of our core as well without putting pressure on those muscles for 3, 2, and 1. Good, guys, and let's do that lift and lower. Again, whatever is best for you, whatever level. Go ahead and bring it up. Here we go. And then we'll just go down and up and down. This hand can be here, up, and then our knee can be up or down. And we'll go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good, guys. On your side, push yourself up, little stretch over. Nice work, guys. So let's turn into our mat. Let's first get a little child's pose stretch. We love this. Again, you might have a little less room there, that's okay. You don't have to go too far down, just stretch through that back. And then we're gonna come up on our hands, guys. So hands and knees, you can come in kind of like a little bear plank, which you may have done in other classes. So if you're in that third trimester, you're feeling a lot of weight here and it doesn't feel comfortable, by all means, just take a stretch break on this one. Everybody else, if you can, we're here, our toes are underneath us. We're just gonna go 3, 2, 1, and then just little lift, and then down. So really small, 3, 2, 1, little lift of the knees and down. So we're pushing through the toes to give us a little help. Lift it up and down, and we're staying, those hands are gonna be right beneath the shoulders. Lift up and down. So we're not holding a long plank, we're just making those muscles work, again, without putting too much pressure on those abs, because those abs already have pressure from the weight of the baby, right? Couple more, little lift and down, and breathe, and lift, and down, and 2 more, lift, and down. Last one right here, guys, up, and down, and then just stretch it back, child's pose, and breathe. And then from here, let's just do a little bird dog, just strengthen and lengthen in our backs. So backs are part of our core too. So opposite arm, opposite leg, you're just gonna lift, lengthen through the fingertips and toes, and down. You know this from your yoga and your Pilates. Again, if this feels like too much, just being in this position, just take a stretch break. But if you can, this is a great one to get both a stretch and to also be strengthening the back and strengthening the core. And breathe. And stretch it out. So again, guys, if you're in that first and second trimester, even in that third, you're staying pretty strong, regular planks are a great exercise. I would just caution that you don't do too much of them, especially in that third trimester, just so we don't put too much pressure on those ab muscles in that position where all the weight is pushing from the baby. So first and second trimester, they're okay. Third one, just be a little careful with how often you do them and how long. Again, we want to stay strong. We don't want to overdo it. One more each way. Child's pose, last time you did it. Great job, you guys. Stretch that forward. And then just come into a seated position. Let's take those knees out if that's comfortable for you. Reach one arm up, stretch to those sides. So you notice we focus a lot on those obliques, and then making sure we got a little bit for the abs and the transverse, but not too much. Other side. And breathe. And let's bring the hands in front, round through the back. Breathe into that. And one big deep breath in. And out. And that was your prenatal core workout. Great job, everybody.